Hello and welcome again. Welcome to a new edition to program number 825. Let's finish our vocabulary from yesterday. Almost at the bottom, page 179. 179. All right. At the fifth from the bottom. Andar con dilaciones, ir aplazando. To procrastinate. Sí, hoy en día procrastinar ahora. To procrastinate. To procrastinate. To procrastinate. Do you procrastinate a lot? Do you suffer chronic procrastination? Are you a chronic procrastinator? Well, 3 ways. To procrastinate means to put things off. No dejes para mañana lo que puedes dejar para pasado mañana. Right? Okay. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can leave for the day after tomorrow. That's a procrastinate. Maybe mañana, I will do it, maybe. To procrastinate, to put off things that you should do now or today. Don't put them off. To put off is ir aplazando. Posponiendo. Maybe tomorrow. That's to procrastinate. Some people, I suffer a certain degree of procrastination. It's true. All my life, I am a procrastinator. But I don't think I'm a strong procrastinator. And I have found that if I put something off for tomorrow, maybe 30 or 40% of the times, it solves itself. Se soluciona a sí mismo. And I don't need to do anything. It solves itself. 30 or 40% of the time. So maybe 30 or 40% of the time, procrastination is okay. But psychologically, it's not. The sense of, bueno, mañana, or after lunch. When I come back after lunch, I'll do it. That's to procrastinate. Yeah, roncar. To snore. Yeah, snore. Yeah. Snore. It's raining, it's pouring, the little man is snoring, to snore. Of course, in Spanish, roncar. Yeah. My son, cuando recuerdo mis Jack, you know my son? When he was 5 years old, 5 años, el mico. When he was 5 years old, in kindergarten, the teacher said, I don't know what the teacher asked him, but my son says, my father ronks. Mi padre ronca, pero usó el. He said, my father in Inglés, he ronks in Spanish. Because he didn't know the word snores. He said, my father ronks. The incredible thing is my son, a los 5 añitos, said the Spanish verb, pero puso la S de la tercera persona singular. Said, my father ronks. My father snores. Conjugo a lo inglés un verbo español. Yeah. My father ronks. I don't snore. Do you snore? No? Does your husband snore? Yeah, snore. Yeah, to snore. Ooh, that's a big problem sometimes. Oh. Sleep in different bedrooms, to snore. My father, oh my God. The roof. Subía al techo. He raised the roof, to snore. All right, rasgar, romper, tela o papel. Bueno, to tear, lo he dicho 1000 veces. To tear. To tear. To tear. You remember? Yeah, okay. I'm going to tear this page out. I'm going to tear out this page. Antes o después, el out. I'm going to, ahora si usas el pronombre it, I'm going to tear it out. I'm going to tear it out. Watch. I'm tearing it out. Arrancar un papel, así, to tear out. I'm going to tear it out violently. I have just torn out this page. I have just torn it out. I haven't torn out 2 pages. I've only torn out 1. And now I'm going to tear it. I'm going to tear this page. Tear out? No. To tear. I'm tearing this page. Ya está. Tear out? No. Ahora si digo tear up, es esto. It's a tear up. Es una foto de mi exnovia. I'm going to tear it up into 1,000,000 pieces. All right, to tear up. So we have to tear, que es rasgar, desgarrar o romper cuando es tela o papel. And to tear out, zip, and to tear up, to tear up. Okay. I've taught that 100 times. I'm sure you know it very well by now. You should know it well by now. To tear. To tear. Pasta de dientes, toothpaste. Toothpaste, pasta, diente, pasta. Toothpaste. Richard, what toothpaste do you use? I don't know. I never pay attention. Toothpaste. But what you do is the toothpaste, you have a toothbrush, of course, a toothbrush. And you put the toothpaste on the toothbrush. On this part, not on this part, on this part. The toothbrush. And then you change to the other hand and you brush your teeth. Toothpaste. Now you can buy toothpaste in a tube. We say a toothpaste tube. And there are other types of containers of toothpaste. I remember when I was a little boy, maybe 7 years old, my father taught me a lesson. So, how do you say? Me dio una lección. He taught me a lesson. My father gave me a lesson. To give a lesson is impartir una lección, una clase. To teach a lesson is un escarmiento, una lección. Te voy a dar una lección. Yeah? So you remember. I was 7 years old and I had a tube of toothpaste. It was almost finished and I threw it away. And my father said, "Is the tube empty?" I said, "Yeah." And my father went and took the toothpaste out of the wastebasket. He opened his watch. And there were at least 1 month of So my father taught me, number one, not to waste money or to waste items. Second, that I was wrong, that the toothpaste tube was empty, finished. No. There was still a lot. There was still a lot. Whoa, zoom. El lavabo lleno de pasta. Said, see? It was not empty. So my father taught me a lesson. So I learned the importance of frugality. Es que en inglés frugal no es solo con la comida, es con todo. To use my resources wisely. Pasta de dientes, toothpaste. Y mira, papelera, wastebasket. ¿Será posible? That is a strange coincidence, Marta. Uno en un millón. Waste es residuo, desperdicios. Waste. La gestión de residuos. Waste management. La cintura también es the waste. Escrito waste. Different spelling, no waste. Waste management. Yes, waste. Estás perdiendo el tiempo con eso. You're wasting your time. O sea, desperdiciar el tiempo. You're wasting your time. Waste basket. Waste paper basket. También se dice waste paper basket. Los británicos muchas veces dicen bin. B-I-N. Waste bin. The bin. Waste basket. All right, we have finished that list. Tomorrow or the day after tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, list number 18. How much time do we have? We have a lot of time, right? Yeah, we're okay. Gain fluency. Let's continue. Page 21 at the top. Micro paragraph number 131. I won't be able to make it to the party. I'm really sorry. But I have a previous engagement that I can't change. Tomorrow's my wedding day. Wow. Claro, no puedo ir a su fiesta porque tengo un compromiso anterior. Claro, mi boda. Yeah. He says, I won't be able to make it to the party. I won't be able, no podré presentarme o estar en la fiesta. Fíjate cómo se usa make it. This is so common. I won't be able to make it. Como llegar o estar, hacer acto de presencia, presentarse uno. I won't be able to make it to the party. I'm really sorry. De verdad, lo siento de verdad. I won't be able to make it to the party. I'm really sorry. But I have a previous engagement, compromiso previo, previous engagement that I can't change. Tomorrow is my wedding day. La, da, da, da. Tomorrow is my wedding day, el día de mi boda, mañana. So I can't make it to the party. I won't be able to make it. Se dice. You know, it's interesting. If somebody invites you to a party or to a dinner or to something, I think maybe 95% of the time we use the expression make it. Literalmente hacerlo. No podré hacerlo. Pero sí no podré estar, o ir, o llegar, o presentarme, estar presente. I won't be able to make it. Make it también es finalmente, por fin llegar a un sitio. We finally made it. We left Madrid at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in order to reach Barcelona at 9, to arrive in Barcelona at 9 o'clock. But we had problems along the way. And we finally made it to Barcelona at 11. Wow. Yeah, we had a lot of adventures along the way. We finally made it. I won't be able to make it to the party. I won't be able to make it to the party. I'm really sorry. Eso de really se usa 1000 veces al año. I won't be able to make it to the party. I'm really sorry. But I have a previous engagement. Memorizar, previous engagement. Es un compromiso. Adquirido previamente. I have a previous engagement that I can't change. No lo puedo cambiar. Tomorrow is my wedding day. All right, tomorrow is my wedding day. All right, paragraph 132. Never trust a person who doesn't look at you when you're talking to them. Okay, never trust a person who doesn't look at you. Good morning. Can you imagine? Marta says, begin. Hello, and welcome to class number 825. Today, one of this book, and Marta says, "Pues chico, mira cámara. Look at the camera. Oh, hello." Some people, I've have employees since I was 25. I've had employees, and occasionally, not very often, but occasionally, somebody comes for an interview and sits opposite me. I said, I said, okay. Well, Pedro, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming. No hay de qué. Well, Pedro, how long have you been working? And he doesn't look at me. And usually I say, excuse me, Pedro, but can you look at me when you're talking to me? And they do. But it's not easy for them. And I've never understood this, to look at people. You don't have to look at the eyes. You can look right here, or you look at the mouth. I have a tendency to look at the mouth. De formación de aprender un idioma, because when I was learning Spanish, I had to pay attention to the person's mouth. It helped me understand when my Spanish was not very good. So I acquired the habit of looking at the person's mouth. But in any case, you need to look at their face. You need to look at them. And some people don't. It's interesting. Never trust a person. No te fíes nunca. I don't agree with this necessarily. Never trust a person who doesn't look at you when they're talking to you, or when you're talking to them. Fíjate aquí. Dice person. Person is third person singular. Them is third person plural. ¿Por qué paso al plural cuando empiezo en el singular? Never trust a person, singular, who doesn't look at you when you're talking to them. Porque digo them. Porque si no digo them, tendría que decir lo siguiente. Never trust a person who doesn't look at you when you're talking to him or her. Tengo que decir los dos. To him or her. And that's not very viable. So we switch to them or to they. Never trust a person who doesn't look at you when you're talking to them. Have you ever dealt with anyone like that? You see. Have you ever dealt? Have you ever dealt? Verbo to deal with es tratar con. ¿Has tratado una vez con una persona así? Have you ever dealt with a person like that? No? Yeah. Sometimes I try, esto es verdad, sometimes I try to force them to look at me. I say, Pedro, excuse me. Can you look at me when you're talking to me? Because su falta de confianza es infundada, seguramente. Some people are simply afraid. And so, I don't know. But it's not true that I don't trust a person. But in this case, yes, never trust a person who doesn't look at you when you're talking to them. Have you ever dealt with someone like that? Have you ever dealt with anyone? Someone. Anyone. Someone. Los dos. ¿Has tratado a alguien alguna vez con alguien así? Have you ever dealt with someone like that? Have you dealt with anyone like that? Both. Sometimes I try to force them to look at me. Sometimes I try to force them to look at me. I want to see how strong they are. I need to see their eyes when they're talking to me. Because you can see into the soul. ¿Sabes? Puedes penetrar en el alma a través de los ojos. Pero no a través del pelo. They're not looking at you. Yeah. But in any case, have you ever dealt? The verb is to deal. I deal with a lot of people every day. I deal with Marta, I deal with Rob, I deal with Nacho, I deal with my wife, I deal with my children. I deal with a lot of people every day. Yesterday I dealt with Marta, I dealt with my children. Dealt. To deal también es repartir las cartas en un juego. To deal. The dealer es el que maneja la baraja. The dealer. And yesterday I dealt, for example, in Jesucristo Superstar, Jesus Christ Superstar, in el Gethsemane, el Jardín de Getsemaní. I don't know how to say it in Spanish, where Jesus speaks to God on Thursday before his crucifixion on Friday. He said, me has dado una baraja complicada. You dealt me a difficult hand, una mano complicada. You dealt me a difficult hand. Tú mantienes todos los naipes, tú todas las cartas. You have all the cards. It's a beautiful song of the Song of Gethsemane in Jesus Christ Superstar. Beautiful song, one of my favorites. All right, never trust a person who doesn't look at you when you're talking to them. Cuando estás hablando con ellos. When you're talking to them. Have you ever dealt with anyone like that? Sometimes I try to force them to look at me. Forzarles que me miren, obligarles. Sometimes I try to force them to look at me. Sometimes I try to force them to look at me. Okay? Memorize this paragraph. Never trust. Have you ever dealt with, etc., and look at. All right. Paragraph 133. We had a really great time. I really appreciate the effort you made to organize everything. We had a really good time. We had a really great time. Pasárselo bien is to have a good time. Pásatelo bien. Have a good time. Me lo pasé muy bien. I had a good time. Me lo pasé pipa, bomba. Vamos. I had a great. Cambiamos good a great. Y a veces lo decimos great, con mucha R. Great. Yeah, we had a great time. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we had a really, más todavía, realmente. Nos pasamos bomba. We had a really great time. I really appreciate, otra vez, really. Se usa mucho really en inglés. Se abusa. Really, 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 really. Yeah. We had a really good time. I really appreciate, o sea, agradezco de verdad, de verdad. I really appreciate the effort you made to organize everything. Wow. Es que Marta organizaba una fiesta que no veas. Yeah, I really appreciate it. We had a really great time. I really appreciate the effort you made, el esfuerzo que hiciste, to organize everything and to make sure that every detail was perfect. Cada detalle perfecto. Every detail. I really appreciate the effort you made to organize everything and to make sure that every detail was perfect. Congratulations on the success of the event. Congratulations on, no for. Siempre dicen congratulations for. En la Feria del Libro, lo corrijo probablemente 20 veces por cada año. People come up to the book stall in the fairs. Richard, congratulations for your radio. I said, no, congratulations on your radio. Eso, on. Congratulations, fine. Y luego for it, no, on. Congratulations on. Congratulations on the success. Enhorabuena por el éxito del evento. Congratulations on the success of the event. We had a really great time. We had a really great time. Wow. I really appreciate the effort you made to organize everything and to make sure that every detail, was perfect. Yes. Congratulations on the success of the event. Yes, sir, to make sure that every detail was perfect. We had a really great time. We had a great time. We had a really great time. I really appreciate, de verdad, te agradezco el esfuerzo que hiciste, o has hecho aquí, en organizarlo. I really appreciate the effort you made to organize, como he dicho, to organize qué? To organize everything, organizar todo, and to make sure that every detail was perfect. Congratulations on the success of your event, of the event. Okay, paragraph 134, 134, page 21. If I remember right, somos más positivos en inglés. Aquí se dice, mal no recuerdo. Y dice, si yo recuerdo bien. If I remember right, there's a small restaurant on the right, about 3 kilometers ahead. I stopped there once on the way to Sacramento, and the food was delicious. So there are 2 people, the passenger and the driver. And the passenger says, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Yeah, I'm hungry. If I remember right, there's a small restaurant on the right, a mano derecha, about 3 kilometers ahead. Ahead means hacia adelante, más adelante, 3 kilómetros. About 3 kilometers, there's a problem here. We have a problem, Marta. It says 3 kilometers in Sacramento. Now, Sacramento's in California. It's the capital. And in California, they don't say kilometers, they say miles. So, será un Sacramento, España. ¿Hay un Sacramento aquí en España? I don't know. Or maybe in Mexico, maybe in Chile, maybe in Argentina, there's a town called Sacramento. All right. If I remember right, there's a small restaurant on the right about 3 kilometers ahead. A ver si lo veo. about 3 kilometers ahead. All right. I stopped there once. I stopped there. En ese sitio. I stopped there once on the way, Camino de Sacramento, on the way to Sacramento, on the way to Sacramento, I stopped. Where did you stop? I stopped at the small restaurant. Yes, and the food was delicious. Wow. Yeah, muchos camioneros que paran, muchos camiones, of course, which is a sign of a good restaurant. When you're driving on the highway and you see a restaurant and there are a lot of trucks, usually it means the restaurant is good. The truck drivers stop there to have lunch. Yes. If I remember right, there's a small restaurant on the right. Right, dos veces. If I remember right, there's a small restaurant on the right, about 3 kilometers ahead. I stopped there once on the way to Sacramento, and the food was delicious. But I'll go there tomorrow. See you tomorrow.